You said the other day that you wouldn't pledge loudly, you wouldn't make a pledge loudly to the King.
No.
Is that because you don't support him?
No, I just think it's un-British, it's un-Australian. I mean, we don't do these performative crowd choruses of loyalty. I mean, that sounds very Orwellian to me. I think that loyalty to the crown, loyalty to your country is something you feel in your heart. Yeah. If you have to chant it out as part of a great crowd, then you need to re-examine your whole concept of patriotism.
So where does your loyalty for Charles come into play? If you're still loyal to Diana, do you feel that towards the King?
Well, I think it comes down to just recognising the constitutional realities. In the UK, in Australia, in the realms around the world, patriotism is expressed through the person of the sovereign. If you leave the human being out of it, then you're left with this rather successful constitutional system where you have a non-political head of state, ceremonial head of state. You know, in many countries around the world, change of head of state is a cue for riots and tear gas and water cannon. Here you can see it's an excuse for prayers and parties and parades.
So how do you feel about the monarchy moving forward? I mean, has Charles got a job in his hands to keep it together? And also a second part to that question is the Commonwealth. I mean, would you expect more nations to split?
Well, I think many people don't really understand the relationship between Commonwealth countries and the Crown. The Commonwealth is a voluntary association of member states, several of whom have no previous connection to the British Crown. They don't owe any allegiance to the British Crown. The realms obviously are different, but just members of the Commonwealth, the only position the British sovereign has there is as titular head of the organisation. There's no loyalty involved.
But will that speed up now that Charles is, you know, on the throne rather than Queen Elizabeth?
It might do. I think a coronation inevitably puts a spotlight on the whole concept of monarchy, and that can be very productive. It can be a positive thing. Equally, it can make people think, is this really the right thing for the 21st century?
Still so many question marks over Harry. When he's going to come, when he's going to go, how long he's even going to be here for. Where do you stand on that one?
Well, I think the whole Harry and Meghan question is one of missed opportunities. I think that Buckingham Palace missed opportunities. I think they have missed opportunities. You know, if you really, really want to do good things in the world, the best way to do it is as a British prince and princess. I mean, I've worked for a British princess. The profile, the diplomatic clout, the logistic support, anything you want to do to make the world a better place, that's the way to do it.
Not the way they've done it.
Well, I think that if they had thought a little harder about what their options really were, and I think if the people in this building behind had been a little more understanding of the position they found themselves in, then we might have had a much better outcome. It's a story of missed opportunities.
All right, there you go. Patrick, appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll talk to you soon. Back to you, Kenny.